Hi, my name is Carmen Reed. I'm a registered nurse and I'm also a nurse practitioner and I'm a professor of nursing. I teach at both Queensborough College and at Delphi University. Nursing has been my life passion from I was in Jamaica, but I've never done it there. When I came to America, then I decided I might as well do this. And I've been in nursing since 2000. So I hope today, as we go along, we will learn something from each other. As I always say to my students, we learn from each other. They teach me and I teach them. Okay, so as we go along, our topic today is going to be um, it's going to be tips and guides for healthy skin, right? So as we all know, our skin is the biggest organ on our body. It covers every aspect of our body. As we go along and we look, we see our skin is just everywhere. It provides a barrier and it works as a barrier and a protection. It prevents dehydration. It keeps our body temperature within the normal range that it should be kept. It is also the barrier that also prevents us from certain infections. But if we get the slightest of a scrape, this is where infection can develop. So the first thing we make sure that we do is to protect our skin at all times. Okay, we don't really need to go into the three different layers of the skin, but they're there for those of you who really want to know what those are. Okay, risk factors for skin conditions. There are so many skin conditions out there. Some we might not even know their name. But if we have a family history of one thing or another, it is possible that the other person can get it too. Age is also a factor. As we get older, our skin gets more thin, we get more fragile, we are even much more prone for infection, skin breakdown, as we call it, pressure ulcers. We are basically at risk, especially if we cannot move around as we should. Nutrition also plays a role. If we do not eat the appropriate or the some people would say the correct food that we should eat, we are also at risk. So we have to remember we don't eliminate anything when it comes to nutrition. We make sure we have our carbohydrates, um, our protein and our fat. But in certain instances, we need to cut back on some of the carbs that we're eating, depends on the conditions, medical conditions that we might have. Current and past medical history also plays a problem. If we are a diabetic, if we are hypothyroid, if we are have any skin disorders, we are also at risk for skin abnormalities. Environmental factors also played a role. It's the very hot sun, the very cold temperature. Those are some of the environmental factors. Occupational factors is also play a role, and those are the type of work we do. We might do a job that contains chemical. We might get chemical burn. We might get burned with gasoline. We might get burned with something, and those are factors that can basically damage our skin. We'll call those biohazard factors. Okay, as we look at this picture, we can see that this is what they call acne, skin condition that is called acne. This is a disorder that affects mostly teenagers, young adults. During the surging hormone, they are develop these bumps and these blotches all over their face, mostly from the face to the neck. At times, these, especially the teenagers, they can become so depressed, so frustrated because this is what we call body image disturbance. This, with all these big bumps on their face, they think, why this happened to me? Why this? But it's just for a short while. As they get to the more adult sense, it gradually disappears. But sometimes what happens, we also need to get medication for this, and I'm telling you, this medication can affect you for the rest of your life.